Shall we begin? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Popping the Fucking Filter on the goddamn microphones. Love it. This is Crazy Chris, and you are
Well, if you wouldn't shout into the mic.
First of all, I am an excitable human, and that is what I do. This is Sunday Night Madness, and we are in the Geek Public Radio Studios in Alexandria, Indiana. We are joined today with Topha, the sound engineer, the genius behind the madness. I'm just trying to build him up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm on my kiss-ass streak this time. I'm not sure what's happening.
Apparently.
So, we got Topher, the drunken, hairy, asshole bastard. We have Krista, our lovely research assistant, and join us for the second week in a row, which is a fucking record.
Wow.
Just fucking amazing to have Miss Tenacious T with us one more time. Jeff, the producer, is out and about at work doing that crazy shit that he needs to do to make money. He doesn't love us anymore. It's been like 3 fucking months.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying right there. Just, yeah, said the best. But this show is not brought to you by Rip It, but I have one anyway. Rip It has asked and sent the cease and desist order, so we can no longer talk about that on the air. But I will just take this time to say that I am enjoying a delicious beverage.
Hold it. What the hell is that shit?
That was presumptuous advertising. We do have an exciting show lined up for everybody. We want to set the bar a little higher than we usually do, and just keep everybody engaged and excited and just ready to rock and roll on a great show. But that's ultimately because the disappointment is that much more enjoyable and palpable when you guys expect something great and we deliver you absolute bullshit. So.
I've not yet begun to defile myself.
See? That.
Wow.
Chris is all about that cartwheel tonight, man. Hey, I did say he was the sound guy, so I
feel it.
I've decided I'm not going to say a word anymore. I'm just going to start hitting buttons.
All right. Except for that explanation. Except for that.
And this explaining that explanation.
that sentence.
We're getting Stephen Hawking tonight. All right.
Can you take... Well, can you take me... Or is I can't do it. That's the camel guy. I think.
Don't.
I can't take this. Please stop touching me.
Stop it.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Perfect. So, T, we were having a conversation in the vehicle on the way to the studio, and you were telling me about the absolutely asinine things that people fucking say to you on a daily basis. For those of you out there in radio land listening, T is an absolutely vivacious, just delicious. If you're going to purr into the fucking microphone, Jesus. I love how she's like, oh, I'm on the show today, but the microphone is 16 feet away, pointing at the fucking window.
0.5 feet, to be exact.
You know, if you were a Patreon subscriber, you'd be able to see that I was full of shit just now, but
That's
it
right.
doesn't matter.
Well, I don't have to get on the video thing.
But nobody can fucking hear you. You're just having a conversation with me and not everybody else. There you go.
Join in.
Holy
yes.
shit.
Oh, my
Which one is
God.
the right and left?
It says L and R on the fucking...
You might have the left, because...
Here we go.
You're my...
It's mono. We don't have fucking stereo in this place. Are you kidding me?
Am I on?
Why would it matter? I can only hear out of one ear. All you guys only need to hear out of one ear.
He doesn't have the cart wall button for that.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
But anyways, so we have that she's a beautiful, strong, independent Antarctican woman.
Yeah. I am.
Well, I think that's like the only country I haven't thrown out, or the only continent I haven't thrown out yet. So I'm gonna start saying that, but like Antarcticans are a. Is that even how you say that? By the way, am I saying that right?
Well, since there's no people there, I'm
That you
not
know
quite
of.
sure.
That you know. Have you fucking been there? Have you been there? No, you haven't. You haven't been there.
Alone dropped people off.
Yeah,
They
Alone
might
dropped
still
people
be
off there. They're
They have
Antarcticans.
to still be there.
That's where the aliens are hiding.
Well,
God,
I
don't
guess
get
if you
me started
listen,
on that.
if like at the Mountains of Madness, I guess I guess.
That's fair. Alien versus Predator. That was
Well,
also
actually, along that they took that idea from the Lovecraftian.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
Ancient civilization
wasn't
in our-
Geiger's entire work wasn't that based on?
It
fucking-
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's inspired by.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I would say based off, inspired by. It's a better one. But anyways, we were talking about stupid people saying really stupid shit to you.
Yeah.
You
On
wanna-
a daily.
What did you? What have you heard recently that got you going? Tell us about the Gnarls Barkley. That was
No, it actually wasn't Gnarls, but
it was not Gnarls. That's a
was-
real person, by the way.
It was in a wedding party, and we went to take the photo. Right after, once we had a photo out, so we were gonna do one of the jumping photos that people do.
Yeah.
So
By the way,
we
that's
all
the
go-
sound you make when you do that. Yeah.
And mind you, I'm the only person darker than tan at this wedding in a barn.
Yeah, she's the only white person that's
Yeah, so
makes a
we
newbie
go to
look
take
pale.
this photo, and on the count of 3, everybody jumps, and we jump, and we get the photo, and my friend's dad goes, "Ha! Oh my God! You jumped so high, you look like Charles Barkley." And I just,
of course, everybody at the party because T is a
like everybody
7.
stops.
She's a 6'10" Amazon.
And I
She's
and I
a, she's a
just stopped.
Glamazonian.
And I just stopped and I was like, it doesn't cease to exist. It keeps going and going. Indiana's a state that just keeps it alive.
Just turns out the
Just
morons.
keeps it alive. So,
As
my friend-
somebody who's traveled quite extensively,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just here.
well, I've traveled quite extensively myself, and this is the only place that I've been that I've gotten the crap that. Well, this in Ohio.
Well,
but
hold on.
maybe
Say,
not.
in fairness, you have lived here significantly longer.
Yeah.
Instead of just visiting.
And a lot of other places, they don't say things because they know they'll get their ass whooped.
I mean,
But
that's
Chris
smart.
Is a white kid, so
That-
he'll hear that shit
I mean,
because they feel comfortable.
That possibly, but
Well, no, I'm just saying that there's a lot of just stupid people who don't see anything. They just go,
they just
blah.
say it. Yeah. It just-
And
Verbal
like I said,
diarrhea.
yeah.
upstate New York, Pennsylvania, West
Upstate
Virginia,
New York is fucking awful.
West Virginia,
shit.
North Carolina,
Oh, yeah.
Ohio.
Oh yeah.
North Carolina.
I went up and down the Appalachian Trail like 5 times for work. There's just dumb people everywhere, and they don't see nothing wrong with it. So you want to look at them and go, like, really? Did you think?
Yeah.
No, they did not think.
Well, I lived in Texas for quite a while, and I'm be honest with you, I see more of it here than there.
Yeah,
I
which
mean,
is weird.
Seriously, like I've been everywhere, and I've been everywhere for extended periods of time, and this is by far the worst. I mean,
I will say that Indiana is absolutely a smorgasbord of every idea type known to mankind.
Mm-hmm.
It is the crossroads of America. All right, so we have every race, ethnicity, religion, everything is represented. I promise. You go to Indianapolis, and you could walk from one block to another and go from a Muslim community to the Hispanic community into the African community. And by the way, I don't mean like African American community. I literally mean like the African community where they're celebrating Kwanzaa and there's an entire block party and it's ridiculous. And then you move on to the literal Spanish community where it's a bunch of white dudes because real Spaniards are white. Well, they're kind of tan, but I mean they're basically white.
Yeah.
And they're bullfighting and all kind of like it's fucking stupid. Like you just kind of like it's neat.
They run with the bulls on their one block.
Yeah, like just the one block though.
it doesn't have the multicultural community.
It is. It's neat, but at
and
the
then
same
if you
time,
get
because of
10
that,
then go 10 miles out, and there are people who've never seen or
Right.
heard, and think that every Spanish-speaking person is Mexican.
Yes.
And I had somebody. We were at a buffet.
there's
And I was speaking
17
to my
dialects
friend,
of Spanish or something
and
like that.
I was speaking with a Spanish friend of mine, and these girls followed us, and my friend, he walked away, and the girls walked up to me and was like, "You speak Mexican?"
Oh my god! So speaking of stupid racist shit that people say, have you seen
please.
the viral? Have you seen the video that's gone viral?
I've got loads. You want me to keep going?
Of course I do. I'm going to get to that in a second.
All right.
We're going to
All
keep
right.
that going because that's a full segment. I love it. Did you see the video of the kid who knocked out his stepdad? He was arguing. He was sitting in front of his car.
I did.
Sitting in front of his car, and he was arguing with his stepdad, and his stepdad pointed to his friend. His friend's holding a camera. I was like, just videotaping this whole thing because he was like, man, I can't believe this dude is saying some of this shit. And the dad looked over and said, I can't believe, or said something along the lines of,
I can't believe you're hanging out
hanging
with
out
this N-word.
with this stupid N-word. And the son, like, everybody's like,
Wow.
what? And the stepson looked at him and was like, dude, what? They're like, just like a full back up, take, like, say a full, like a half a step backwards, like, I can't believe you just said that. And then raised his hand and started yelling at him and just clocked him. And then clocked him again. And then just kept on hitting him and knocked him out.
Just knocked him the
full
F
on knocked
out.
this dude out. And I was like, I mean, violence is not the answer.
It's not, but I want to
But-
shake that kid's hand.
but at the
Lord,
same time,
please call me. Call us over here.
if you're going to use
Contact
violence,
us
at least it was on the side of, attacking a racist as opposed to, attacking a nurse or something. Which, by the way, nurses can be racist too, I promise.
Yes, they can. I have a story for that as well.
See? Okay, so
Okay.
What other stupid shit?
All right,
Go ahead.
so this,
World Star.
for real, I'd had surgery, and I had like half my thyroid removed and whatnot, and I don't do well on anesthesia, so it takes me a little while to come out of it. And I was in the recovery room because it was going to be an outpatient surgery. So I had a couple of friends that were coming down, and they were going to stay with me to see me. One of them's an RN. And I'm in recovery, and I'm wondering why nobody is coming to see me, but I cannot. I'm trying my hardest to come out of this. Well, I feel somebody kind of pushing my head with their finger, just pushing my head, and was like, wake up. Come on. Wake up, Bathsheba. Bathsheba. Bathsheba, wake up. And I'm like,
What?
and I hear this, and I'm like, this bitch. And I'm like coming out, and in my head, I'm like, this bitch. But I even say it under my breath. I was like, this bitch. She's like, Bathsheba. And I hear her going, I hear her say, and I hear the back staff just cracking up. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, look at her. Look at her. And she just keeps like pushing my head with her finger, just pushing my head. And so, like, I lift up my head, and I said to myself, I was like, lift up your head, open your eyes, and just, like, if I went to swing, it wouldn't have worked, but
arm flop.
but I lifted my head up, and I just feel my head fall back, and I opened my eyes, and I looked at her, I said, did you just call me Bathsheba? She said, oh my God, she heard me, and I could hear all the nurses in the back cracking up, and she's just, and they're cracking up. They didn't allow anybody, the two people that I had for me, come and into the waiting room with me,
Right.
the recovery room. They didn't allow them to come and send them home. But every time I opened my eyes, there were new people in there in recovery with their families there with them. And they didn't allow anybody to come in. And one of the doctors where I work at, she's like, did you sue them? And I didn't. Statute of limitations aren't up yet, but
I mean, it sounds like,
but yeah,
to get on a thing.
Yeah, but I did tell
Studio
the doctor,
needs money. I don't know why you're just sitting here.
when I went
No,
to,
seriously, shut the fuck up and go. Let's start your paperwork.
when I went to my follow-up appointment, which was the next day, I told the doctor, and I love this doctor. He is just one of those blunt, just going to tell you, you didn't take that pill? Not my problem if you die on the table, like, kind of guys. Like, he's just going to tell you how it is. And I
It's
told
like
him,
Dr. House, but
and I
without
told him-
the comedy.
and I said, look, something happened in recovery, and I said, and I know for a fact that it happened. I said, not just because I was under an anesthetic. I said, it's real. I didn't dream this or anything. So I told him what happened. I was like, look, I don't know if it's because of the type of insurance that I have, or like at the time I was in, or I understand that people are, but I noticed the difference with the way I'm treated versus the insurance that I have now.
Right.
There's a huge difference, and don't let anybody tell you any different. He's like, okay.
But hey, no, let's have state-run hospitals. That's a fucking brilliant idea. Go ahead.
Anyway, so he says, well, I'm going to reassure you that it's not your insurance. And I'm really sorry that happened to you. And could you give me just a minute? And I said, okay. So he walks out of the room. He closes the door. And I hear him go, are there any patients in the waiting room? And they're like, no. He said, good. He goes, can you lock the door? This is the last patient. And so they go out. And I'm just sitting there. I can hear the whole thing. And then I hear, can somebody fucking tell me who the fuck? But I mean, he just lights up the office, just lit it up. And I'm sitting in there and I was like, oh my God, he is the greatest. I was living, do you hear me? I was living my life. It was the greatest moment ever. Lit it up. Fired the bitch on the spot. Just fired her. He's like, can you tell me what she looked like? As I was in there and he was telling me everything, he's like, can you tell me what she looked like? And I told him and he like knew exactly where to walk, but he lit that waiting room up. Oh my God. See, somebody, that's what I like. Somebody who takes action now.
Right.
You know, that he literally did not delay.
Like he did not. And it's like I've got a couple of friends where I've had a couple of situations where some racist stuff was started and my friends were like, oh, but they've been my friends all my life and they're really not a bad person if you get to know them.
They're not a bad person, but they really need to learn to shut the fuck up.
But you publicly attacked me.
Yeah.
You know, I had one of my friends' besties call me a gorilla. And she couldn't,
shit.
Yes.
God damn, bro.
And she still, I think she's friends with her to this day, but it wasn't that caused her not to be friends with her. So I didn't really speak to this person, but the difference between what I would do for you and what someone else would do for you is worlds. It's just a world of difference. But
I mean, you don't even look like a gorilla. It's not even a fair fucking statement.
I hate you. But I know what
No,
context
there are
you meant
people.
it in.
See, there are people that actually do it, and I'm not talking that they're black. There are white dudes. So this is not racial. There are white dudes with these fucking prolapse, like these faces stick out 3 feet.
People do it, favor their dogs and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, I knew what context you meant it in.
Oh yeah.
And there was another guy who had attacked me on Facebook on a friend's profile because he was talking crap to her, and I went in to defend her, and oh my God, he went in. That didn't stop me. I went in on him and his ignorance, and then I was just like, okay, I'm out. I'm not stooping to his level. And then I get a message from her, well, I just blocked him from that status. Like, I didn't delete him as... I'm like, I hope you unfriended him. No, you gotta know him to know that he's like that. He's a little bit special, and no, I'm sorry.
Actually,
special as in he's incapable of learning.
Just
like I know a lot of
if you're a
special.
grown man, no.
I know a lot of
no.
special needs kids.
Yeah, I know. I taught special needs.
Would you like to know how many of them are racist? 0.
I mean,
they're barely capable of race. Like
yeah.
they are, especially if they're brought up into that environment, stuff like that. They can be racist, but when they're in public school, like everybody's their friend. They don't harbor hate. Yeah. It's beautiful actually to see how they actually interact with one another, because that social interaction is really what brings them joy, and that their friendships are really what set them off, and their feelings of love and things like that. They don't have time for hate. I love that about them. Seriously, special needs kids, I love it that they're the best when it comes to that shit. Like, you ever had a bad day? Go look at them. Just go hang out with them for like 2 minutes, and they'll brighten your whole day. Mm-hmm. You're like, there's these quote things wrong with you unquote, and you're not even batting a fucking eye. Right. You just living your fucking life and just having a damn blast while you do it. It's awesome. Anyways, sorry. Yeah. But yeah. So stupid racist shit that people fucking say.
So, I mean, it's on a daily. And like one of my friends, she's one of the ones that's constantly like, well, racism wouldn't still exist if you didn't keep talking about it. And just one of those kind of, and you really cannot experience this seriously unless you are that person. And there's no amount of ignorance coming at you or feeling it that can be explained. Like, and when we're at work, when I'm at work, there's usually 2 girls in the front office. If there's 2 of us, I'm the only black one in the front, or Asian, or whatever I am today.
What are we, Antarctican?
Yeah, Antarctican today. So people come in the door. So I'm going to be the first one you see. And we'll both simultaneously, hi, welcome to my job place. And immediately the person will veer off to the left to go to the other girl. Every freaking time, unless they know me, they recognize me, and I've registered them before.
Shit, I don't even go in there to get things. I just go in there to see you.
It's just so it's every day to where the manager noticed it, the nurse practitioners in the back have noticed it, and it's like I'm sitting there with the biggest smile on my face, like, hi, welcome to, and yeah.
You really don't even have resting bitch face. I mean,
I mean, when I'm not there, I do. Trust me.
I mean, well, anybody can have resting bitch face, but
queen of some resting bitch face, but not. We can't do that at work. You know, if you come in and you say something completely just ridiculous, like, oh, I've been sick for like 2 weeks, and it's 7:57 p.m. and you decide that's the time you want to come to the doctor.
I expect a bitch face there.
Please, I will give it to you. But when I tried to explain to one of my friends, I said, the feeling of knowing somebody doesn't like you just because of the color of your skin, it's a look. It's a feeling when somebody sits there and they don't want to talk to you and they only talk to you because they have to. And you know that they're thinking all of these horrible thoughts about you. And I'm just like everybody else. I can't explain it to you. I can't. It's the worst. It is the worst feeling in the world. And the fact that people are talking about how to fix this, and the fact that you don't know how to fix it, and all I am is just a little bit more tan than you. That's all I am. I'm fucking you. Like, I'm a person. I'm you. I have legs, arms. I breathe the same fucking air you breathe. We work the same jobs. We do the same things. I have thought processes. I have a brain. Like, but you think that I'm an animal. Like, it just blows my fucking mind that we have to have laws in place just so that I can walk around, just so that I can speak. We wouldn't be able to do this like years ago. We had a conversation like, I love history and I love historical like costumes and things like that. And I had a friend say, what time period would you have liked to live in? And I had thought about it, and I said, you know what? There's really no time period that I would have fit in. So I can't even think about that.
BC. No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Any of the BC time periods in which basically Africa ruled the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
That's not a joke, though. Like, they were the bed of civilization. It's Egypt,
I'm sorry,
fucking
I
all
had to
that.
have a look. That was a little breakdown, but like, that every day without fail, somebody says something ignorant. So,
well, see, I'm not going to apologize on behalf of white people, but what I will say is that I'm really sorry that you have to experience shit like that, and I do understand to a degree. Like, obviously, there's no way I could ever tell you that I have systemically felt all of that. I have experienced racism. I understand what it looks like. I know what it is. I've seen people use it. I've watched my friends of color get, berated and treated like shit because they're different. They just have a different skin pigmentation. That's all it is. And at the same time, on the same level, I've experienced that. I have had people look at me because I'm a white boy, and I grew up in IPS. IPS is traditionally not white boy schools. It's just not. And that's an unfortunate reality of the education system in Indianapolis. That's a whole other fucking can of worms I'm not going to open right now. But because of the environment that I was placed in, and it wasn't my mom's fault or anybody's fault, it's just where I was. And I wasn't the only white kid there. I'm not trying to say that. It was a little white kid and fucking full of a bunch of people, because that's not what it was. But there was, and especially during that period of time, there's a lot more. It's very similar right now. The racial tension was a lot higher. This is, the Detroit crime sprees, the early 90s in New York, and the West Coast, East Coast thing, and everything was like just fucking popping off. And so I was kind of caught in the middle of that as a cultural thing. And, fuck you, white boy, you trash-ass honky, fuck you, cracker. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm the target of all this shit. I don't have a problem like that, and I don't. I still, to this day. And this is why part of my issue when people say, well, you're a product of your environment. If you're a fucking adult, fuck yourself. You can learn.
Yeah.
Go fuck. That's just I was how I was raised.
No.
Bullshit.
No.
That might be how you were raised, but you're a goddamn
Bullshit.
adult and you can fix it.
Right, there you go. I could sit here right now and say, I was attacked by people of color and I was attacked by black people and they treated me like crap and they beat me up as a girl. The whole reason I know how to fight, is because my elementary years was just me getting my ass handed to me by groups of black kids over and over and over again until I learned how to fight and defend myself. And I learned dirty tricks, and I'm not ashamed of them. You 5-6 people surround me, you best believe you're getting your throat punched, your eyes gouged, your balls chopped. I don't give a shit. No fucks given. And now, if there's 5 or 6 of you, I'm just going to shoot one of you, and I promise the rest of you will run away. As in you as in the person, not as you as a people of color, just as a clarification, because everybody likes to run off at the mouth with that shit and race bait, and I'm not all about that. But, so, I get to a point, and I can actually sit here and say, I have a reason to dislike black people because of that. But you know what? That's not even a fucking excuse. That's not.
Nope.
At all. None.
Because it's not.
Because you cannot blame the actions of you cannot blame an entire race for the actions of a few. You cannot do that. And I don't give a fucking shit what color you are. You cannot blame the fucking entire race for the actions of a few hate-filled people. You can't do it with Muslims. Don't do it with black people. Don't fucking do it to white people. I don't give a fuck who it is. Judge people for their actions.
Yep.
Do not judge the generation for it.
Yep.
The end.
That's it.
Rant over. We're going to take a fucking break on that shit right there. We definitely need to go have a little smoky treat. I'm going to have a little powwow, huggy time with my good friend T here. You guys stick around with us. See, y'all didn't expect that. Shit got real heavy real fucking fast.
Tea.
That's what we fucking do on this show. We're amazeballs. All right. We'll be right back on Sunday Night Madness. Patreon.com/GP Network. If you like what we do here, consider joining excuse me, our Patreon to support us in a monetary way. All right. We'll be right back. Sunday Night Madness.
Shall we begin?
Alrighty, everybody. We are back on Sunday Night Madness. During the commercial break, we decided to go ahead and get ourselves some tasty fucking treats. Got ourselves a little Fathead Bumbleberry honey blueberry ale. It is actually really, really phenomenally fucking
Unless you
tasty.
don't like beer, and then all
Right.
it tastes like is beer.
Unless you're our lovely research assistant Krista, in which case everything tastes like fucking camel piss to her. So, can't
Ew.
really. She's not allowed to be a taste tester because she's like, nah, it just tastes like beer.
Well, not for beers, no.
She even Valley Girled it. She's like, whatever, it tastes like beer.
My God, it totally does.
There you go, right there. There it is. All right. So, but while I was opening my beer, it exploded. It exploded all over my fucking arm. I felt like a beautiful porn star and one of those bukkake?
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, by the way, I'm flabbergasted. That's the word of the day. We're flabbergasted. So Miss Misty can actually have she can have her word of the day. Is that all right? Flabbergasted?
Yeah.
Okay. People's stupidity flabbergast me?
I think she may know what that means.
What, flabbergasted?
Yes.
All right. What about morose? Do you think she knows what that one is?
I don't know. We can make that the word of the day.
Misty, you got to send us a message on the Facebook chat for Sunday Night Madness. Go to the Geek Public Radio page at geekpublicradio.com where you are listening right now. There is a chat room you can pull up. You can join us in the chat room. We will respond to you as such, but if you are in there, then go ahead and drop us a line, Misty. Let us know. Do you know what the word morose means? That way we can educate you and make it the word of the day.
That's not fair because she can look it up.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's. And she would cheat like that too. God damn it, Misty!
Absolutely
You fucking ruin everything.
She would.
All right, so I'm gonna go wash my arm off. I need to get the towel boy. I need to get the key grip to get me a towel.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will be right back. Yeah, you guys do your thing. I'm gonna
All right.
go
Yeah.
touch myself.
Just wash your hands. Whatever you do, wash your hands. All right, Topher, anything exciting happened to you this week?
We launched a whole new movie.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And how do I not know about this?
Nobody knew about this.
So it was a secret movie.
Yeah, we launched a brand new feature anthology film. Not even one that we've been promoting. Nothing. Like we literally just like surprise.
So, tell us about it.
It's called The Tube. It was one of the things that we went down to Tampa to film.
Okay.
Part of it when I went down there in March.
Okay.
And then the other part of that was the film that I got denutted.
Okay.
Have you not seen the video of that one?
No.
Yeah, that's called that one's called Search for Justice, and it's about a guy whose daughter went missing, and he thought he found out who he knew who did it, and was taking his own revenge.
Okay.
And then there's a twist.
Okay.
Other than graphically showing somebody being neutered.
Oh.
It's an interesting film. It's a short, 8-10 minutes.
Why?
The look on Krista's face.
Why?
Yeah, please.
You're killing me.
Please extrapolate.
We're filming people getting neutered.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Yeah.
The fuck is that
Why? I have no idea.
But,
I've asked for extrapolation, but I don't.
But I do have to say, as on the special effects side, I did not realize how much chicken livers, when you add fake blood to them, and you just grab a handful and pull them out, they look like the fleshy bits of certain anatomy.
Yeah.
They really do.
Okay.
And
I figured the gizzards would, but okay.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go wash my hands again.
And my ears and eyes.
Where's the bleach?
I still need a shirt with bleach on it. Oh, that says bleach.
That was so gross.
But it was a fun film. That was a fun film to shoot. I got done with it, and the next day, like for a week after, my neck hurt so bad because it was a fake beating. So it was a lot of this and jerking and this that. And by the time the next day, my neck was 3 times as big.
Oh
and
my gosh!
It was all swollen.
You know better than to do that stuff. I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, you
my
have
head and pass out.
yeah.
Not even cough, just pass out.
You have neck damage and whatnot, but it looked good.
Okay, as long as it looked good, that's all that matters.
And we scared the crap. Well, half the hotel thought we were shooting a porn.
Oh no!
And then the other half of the hotel thought we were killing people.
Oh no! No.
Why not both?
Because you had 3.
And this is our research assistant, everybody.
Well, we had 3 guys in there, and camera gear and whatever, and sound equipment and all that, and you had 1 woman.
Oh.
And she was behind the camera. She was the one doing whatever. So I don't know what kind of film they thought we were making, because she was the one with the headphones on and behind the camera, and then 3 guys walking around.
Oh my goodness. Oh. So where can we find this anthology?
The anthology, we just announced it last week, or we just announced it today. We built up for the last week. We will be showing it at the first screening of it will be at In Conjunction 39.
Okay.
Sunday at 1:00.
Alrighty.
And we'll have some people who were in the film actually there to greet everybody and talk and whatnot. Okay. And in fact, there's some older stuff that got put into it. So films that he worked on, that Jeff worked on,
okay,
that Jeff starred in, actually are now involved into the whole anthology and.
Okay, so when am I going to get to make my film? I mean,
I haven't even made mine yet. Fucking wait in line.
You've been in them, and I haven't. Even
No, I haven't. I've had a bit roll or two.
You've
Come on.
had
My picture's been
and
in
you've
one.
worked on them, and I.
Well, as soon as I can figure out how to get the money to film in Australia.
No, well, we don't have to do that one. I'm game for that.
Because I really like that one. That's why I
You
was
like my idea?
Yeah.
It is. It's awesome.
Hey,
And
speaking of blood, by the way,
that is a big Twilight Zone style.
I know it is. See, now I'm super excited because you like it. You really like it. So what we need you to do is go to our Patreon and
Join me.
join our Patreon member and become another Patreon member at the $2, $5, or $10 levels. But
be
we
the
also-
fucking spark that sets the blaze.
Let's get on movie making on. That's what we're trying to do. So we.
So are
I mean,
the
at
beers
this
because
point-
I bought y'all beer?
and join that Patreon.
She did buy us a beer.
I'm buying a beer every month.
She bought us a beer. Nah, we need some advice. So
We're only 700 in the hole, so 35 more months are 350 more months to go. And then we can get another
Yeah.
beer.
Well, I want to get my movie made.
Well, after we get all of our beer money.
Actually, I have something. I have something you would be great for.
Okay.
But
We
it
need,
looks
a black,
like we
we
made.
need a black woman to die.
Well,
It's a horror
I
flick.
hate you. I hate you so much. So much.
but it would be just a few minutes or a few seconds at the end of a movie.
told
But
you.
it looks
Where
like
I roll up and go, ain't nobody got time for that. Right? Is that what I roll up and say?
no more like
Okay.
what the fuck is that shit?
Okay. Absolutely. I'm down.
Can it actually be her?
Well, it has to do with abductions of little white children. So
I already know which one you're talking about. Well, no, I was thinking that like you could show the credits, right, as the credits start to roll, ready, and then just pan out, and it's a theater, and she's the only one in it, and she just stands up and goes, "That was fucking stupid."
I want my money back.
Then she walks out and gets abducted. You know?
But unfortunately, it's looking like we may be filming in Batesville. So it'd be like a one-day thing if you could make it down to Batesville.
Well, when?
Like Norman Batesville.
I was thinking that.
Or Master Batesville. By the way, I just want
Unfortunately,
to
it's
be
like,
aware
you're
that
like
the hotel
40 miles away from Cincinnati.
that the hotel had to, with a straight face, tell Norman Bates and call him Master. Master Bates.
Not right now.
Anyway.
Early on weekends in front of my mother.
Sick fuck. Anyway.
So, speaking of blood, by the way.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Perfect. Researchers at Cornell University have created a system of circulating liquid or robot blood within certain robotic structures to help store energy and power robotic applications for sophisticated long-duration tasks. The androids are upon us.
Right, but is it alcohol? Like, do they
shouldn't
run
be.
off of alcohol?
It shouldn't be.
Well, then, like, Futurama's lied to us.
Well, Matt Groening isn't perfect, and he used all of his future predicting ability on The Simpsons. So there's a meme running around that it's President Trump on The Simpsons laying in the casket, and it says, "Everybody, be easy. Simpsons hasn't lied to us yet."
Right. They really haven't. That's crazy.
So there's a. We were talking about really stupid.
Total commitment.
So we were talking about really fucking stupid people, right? And how people say and do dumb shit, right? This is just fucking perfect examples of that. You can find the internet is a wonderful tool to make yourself feel better about your own intelligence or even lack thereof. Like you might think yourself is not a very smart human being, but I'm willing to bet that most of our listeners probably fall above average when it comes to these.
And then you have.
Yep, and then you've got people like me and Krista who literally just bite into a Hot Pocket that's been in the microwave for 4.5 hours.
All right.
Yeah, but you think it's hot, and I think it's perfect.
Yeah, because you have the demon mouth. We've been over this. There was a burglar. A fucking burglar stole a surveillance camera. All right? And he forgot to fucking turn it off. Frank Walsbacher? Fucking whatever. Franklin, I don't know your last name, installed a camera on his garage because his garage door was malfunctioning. The neighbor came over to his garage, picked up a paintbrush, saw the camera, and decided to take the camera. Of course, he forgot to fucking turn it off, and also stole some boxing gloves and workout equipment. And because the camera was live stream, it caught everything.
Jeez.
So, I mean, how would you feel being that fucking guy, right? Like, if there's a certain point where you have to, you're like, oh my gosh, my motion sensor on my camera went off. I'm going to see what the fuck's going on at my house. Well, that's my neighbor. What is he doing? Why is my camera moving? Why is my camera bouncing around? What the shit?
Wow.
Oh my God, he didn't turn it off.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, he's even
I'm going to watch
than I
this.
thought.
I'm going to watch this for a minute. I'm just going to let him go ahead and take everything. Andrew Nunez, 24, reported kidnapping in order to extort ransom money from a family member. Well, once the FBI started their investigation, they've determined that he falsely reported his own kidnapping.
Unbelievable.
He is being charged. This Enterprise, Alabama resident is being charged with first-degree extortion.
Like Alabama.
Yeah, and false reporting. Actually, sounds like Florida, but whatever.
That's true.
First-degree extortion and false reporting in law enforcement. I believe that Alabama is just a Florida runoff, right? It's just all the stupidity just kind of runs off in Alabama. The real stupid stays in Florida, but the Alabama and the surrounding states, they get a lot of runoff. Georgia, one of the Carolinas.
The DNA bleeds through other states. It's capable of crossing state lines.
It's possible.
I don't know. Could be Kentucky spillage, too.
Now, this one is actually pretty fucking neat. A couple of thieves in San Antonio, Texas, stole a baby shark from the aquarium.
Baby shark.
Oh, God.
Don't sing that song.
It's too late.
What they ended up doing was they made their way to an open-air tank. They took the baby shark, wrapped it in a towel, put it in a stroller, and just left the premises.
Pretended it was their baby.
Are you fucking kidding
Oh, my
me?
God.
They got away with it.
Why do you keep pouring water on your child?
The aquarium staff didn't notice the shark was missing until an hour later. The police were called, and after a short shark hunt, were able to locate the vehicle and were able to recover the shark, still in good health. So, can you imagine getting that call? By the way, you're a police officer.
911, what's your emergency?
Somebody stole one of my sharks.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, this is the San Antonio Aquarium, and somebody stole a shark.
It is not okay for you to make a prank call, sir.
I'm not. God damn it! Doot, doot, doot.
I'm blocking this number.
No, please send the police out. I'm not joking. It's San Antonio Aquarium.
We'll send the police out there to arrest you.
That's fine. Just send the police out. I don't care.
God.
Well, I guess it's better than the people that have called 911 for not having enough nuggets in their chicken nugget box or something.
Or that they thought their drugs were laced with something and they wanted to get their money back.
That's fun. I'm going to report you to the BBB. Actually, the DDD. The Dedicated Drug Dealers Association. The DDA. That's it.
That's
What
contagious.
was that about?
A father in Oregon. Hang on.
Maybe you should pre-read these.
Okay, so this dad staged a home invasion to cover up his daughter's Girl Scout cookie sales.
What?
He stole a cookie.
He stole her cookies and then staged a
This
home
was in
invasion.
Oregon. This is in Oregon. He's got accused of staging an elaborate home invasion in an effort to cover up his theft of more than $700 from his daughter's Girl Scout cookie sales. So it wasn't the cookies; he stole the money.
Okay. Well, no, I could actually see like a big fat
a
dad
home
accidentally
invasion.
like eating her entire supply.
stash.
Yeah.
Is
and
it,
it's
wait,
like,
is weed legal there? Like, can they smoke legally there?
Where's that at?
So in Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's probably what happened.
No,
God, I'm so high right now.
So apparently he
Those
stole
doesn't call him my
$700. So he supposedly stole $700, and to cover up the fact that he stole the $700, he staged a home invasion. Like, dude, you probably did more than $700 worth of damage just staging that home invasion.
See, me, I was thought it would have been funnier if he like literally just sat down and
Stole the Girl Scout cookies,
ate all the
yeah.
cookies and went, shit.
All right, better make this look like a break-in. We throws the boxes everywhere.
Kicking the door, throw the boxes everywhere, knock over a couple.
All
things.
the boxes are gone. Look, he even got like a couple of stray dogs, put some mud on their feet, and like let them run through the house to make it look like they ate all the Girl Scout cookies.
I would say that would be a hard thing to do, but this week,
Here we go.
we had the doors open to let it because it was like 80 degrees outside. We have no air conditioning. The downstairs door open, upstairs door open, and this random dog walked in and was like, hi.
I saw that earlier.
Walked through the entire place like, I'm hot.
I'm just going to chill out here for a minute.
So I got him some water, and he drank it all and laid down on the nice, cool linoleum floor and just laid there for like 2 hours. While I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm walking around doing whatever. I'm on the phone trying to figure out whose dog this is. He just laid there in the kitchen like,
Gee.
like, yeah, this is my new place.
So how'd you get him out?
I ended up finding out who and they came down with a leash. And he didn't want to go. He's like, nope, this is my place now.
Wow.
And they said, we got food. And he went, okay.
So, speaking of Florida.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
A Florida man was arrested after slapping his girlfriend in the face with a cheeseburger. Thanks, Florida guy. Do I need to explain this story? Or
Well, that's the wrong kind of meat.
She said, give me a meat sandwich and make it hurt. I don't think that's what she meant, brother.
Oh,
Like, that's the wrong meat. If you're going to slap a woman with meat, that's the only thing that's acceptable.
Not cheeseburger.
But is that really?
It is in the good movies.
Well, I don't know. Some people have some really weird fetishes. We're not going to shame them, though.
But
they're weird.
Is that like how do you put that on Tinder? Like, I like to be mushroom stamped. Like, is that like something
No, I
that's
feel
on
like
Tinder?
I feel like this girl.
Is that something?
He knows what I'm talking
I've
about.
been out of this scene for a while, and I and I was thinking about getting on a dating app.
Getting
and now
back on?
No,
You should just get on. Honestly, you should just get on Tinder and Plenty of Fish because some of these profiles are fucking hilarious.
but it scares
They're fucking
me.
hilarious.
It scares me. Anyway, next stupid person.
Honestly, if you just want to like Google stupid Tinder profiles, that's even funnier too.
Oh, okay.
But actually, you know what? That's a really good stuff. We're going to do that next. That's going to be next. We're going to after our
Okay.
next break.
Okay.
We're gonna come back with funny Tinder profiles and like shit that they say. 'Cause that's actually really funny. Now. Martin County Sheriff deputies said 30-year-old Kyle Jamison Jones attacked his live-in girlfriend when things between them didn't go his way. Jones's girlfriend told deputies that Jones abruptly woke her up by slapping her in the face with a cheeseburger. The victim said that the attack continued as Jones pulled her hair and kicked her down the stairs. Authorities arrived on the scene and found no injuries on the woman, but did discover several remnants of the cheeseburger all over her. She declined medical treatment and said that she did not want Jones to be arrested. But they didn't fucking care and took him to jail anyway. That's not what it said. I added that. But yeah, so that's pretty fucking neat, I
They
guess.
found several remnants of
Remnants
the
of
cheeseburger.
fucking cheeseburger. Krista, you have...
I've got a good one. So a family in Salinas, California, received an alert from their Ring surveillance system notifying them about movement by their front door. On the video, there's a man licking the doorbell. For approximately 3 hours between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., this guy kept returning to lick their doorbell. And he's caught on camera. Like,
Why?
33-year-old Roberto Daniel, starts with an A, has since been charged with prowling and petty theft.
Theft of what? The bacteria on the
Arrayo.
doorbell?
I mean,
Arrayo.
That's what he's doing.
Like petty theft of like the bacteria that's on the doorbell.
That's awesome.
I mean, I don't really. It looks creepy.
Apparently, some criminals. Daniel Bryan. He's a WWE wrestler. It's also known as the American Dragon. Was walking back to his house after a stroll with his wife. They noticed two people exiting his house with sacks full of their stuff. Bryan gave chase to the two thugs, who were no match for him. Locking one of them in a lethal chokehold, he held him until the police arrived and arrested him.
Arrested him or
arrested the criminal.
Okay, it was like arrested him. Like that must have been a lethal chokehold.
Perfect. Florida man back in the news again. Here we go, one more time. Florida man, thank you. We're going to round out our stupid criminals. A video of Facebook. Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation launched an investigation into this video after receiving complaints. I think I've heard about this. A Florida man taking a bubble bath in the kitchen sink at a Wendy's. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Quality is our recipe. Indeed. Our meats are fresh.
On that note.
And then, on that note, and in Britain, 3 grannies arrive at a wedding in exactly the same dress.
What?
The fucking scandal.
What?
We're going to talk about that when we come back on Sunday Night Madness while we are on our break. Take a little break yourself. Go to patreon.com/GP Network. Consider joining our Patreon. Support us in a monetary way. We appreciate your listenership and your amazing contributions to our station. But if you'd like to support us monetarily, that is where you do it.
What are those levels again?
Patreon.com/GP Network. Don't interrupt me while I'm on my spiel.
Shit.
Jesus, you
Well, you forgot
amateur.
them last time.
I didn't forget them last time. I just hadn't gotten to them yet. Calm down. You haven't been here for a month. You don't know what I'm doing now. God, the fucking changed. All right, exactly. Just fucking seat of my pants now. Now you've ruined it. I've used up all my time right before the break, and I can't say it now. So now see what you did. $2, $5, and $10 are the fucking levels. Patreon.com/GP Network. We'll be right back on Sunday Night Madness.
Shall we begin?
All right, everybody, we are back on Sunday Night Madness. Hopefully, you guys were able to join us on Patreon. If not, then you don't know what you're missing out on. The news will be read, but the website to go to, patreon.com/GP Network, where you can join us at the $2 level, where you get access to our in-studio camera, where you can see all the fucking shenanigans that we do, the beers we drink, the sodas we bring in, the shit we spill, the nonsense throwing things at each other on breaks. You get to see all that fucking crazy nonsense at the $2 level. Also gets you access to some of our exclusive video content. $5 level gets you access to discounts on merchandise, and these are progressive jackpots, so to speak. You'll get everything.
Other than, you're guaranteed to win.
Right. You're not guaranteed. Oh, there goes the door. Yeah, baby.
Right.
The fucking ghost is in full effect tonight. Nice little breeze outside. Rolling into our studio, slammed our door. It's pretty fucking amazing. In any case, $2 level, access to in-studio camera, exclusive video content. $5 level will get you access to discounts on merchandise, plus everything that came before it. $10 level get you shouted out on the show. Plus, you'll get our Q&A panels when we have special guests. You'll be able to reach out to them exclusively, talk to them, be a part of our team, so to speak. And if you're a local, we'll bring you onto the show and have you shouted out every single fucking time we do our program. That's right, I said program. Yeah, it's like Pilgrim, but for pros. The $2 level, if you like what we have to say, you just buy us a beer. Right? Not that hard to do. Lovely research assistant Krista over there, she buys us a beer every single month. You can too.
I forgot the beers too.
Shot is a $5 level. Yeah, the $5. Oh, well, that's right. I'm sorry.
Well, let me go in there and get the shots.
Yeah, go get the shots. After doing this show, I need shots, and not the alcohol kind. Final level is buy us a shot.
I got you covered.
Thanks, appreciate it. At least one of us will be. God damn it! What is that word?
Inoculated.
Inoculated. Thank you. We were there. We were right there on it. It was perfect. And then, of course, the $10 legendary level. What's that called?
White girl wasted.
Also known as blow the levels on the mic. All right. So, yeah, you guys can check all that out.
Speakers.
Yeah, right. Fuck your speakers. Fuck your car. Fuck your phone. All right. So,
fuck your couch.
Thanks to Bored Panda. I am able to bring you the amazing Tinder profiles that T's missing out on because she doesn't want to do online dating. But you can see funny things like this. There's a police officer taking a picture of himself, says, "Have you ever said fuck the police?" Well, now's your chance.
Awesome.
Number 2 is the differences a comma can make. You know what I can't? It's a woman in a wheelchair and says, "You know what I can't stand?" And she says, "I'm sorry, let me reemphasize. You know what, comma, I can't stand." The difference a comma makes. Awesome bio right here. She's a nurse taking a picture of herself at such and such hospital. A respiratory therapy student that says, "Cute enough to take your breath away and smart enough to bring it back." That's a good bio right there.
Yeah, I've got one. James, he's 33.
Yeah, James is 33. What's James got?
James says, "I like long walks on the beach with my girlfriend until the LSD wears off, and I realize I'm just dragging a stolen mannequin around a Wendy's parking lot."
Oh, dear God.
There's a profile named Date Cherry that is 31. It says, "Grandfather seeking companion for granddaughter. She suffers from poor choices."
Oh, my God.
It's a picture of the grandfather holding up a picture of the granddaughter. It's pretty amazing.
I was going to say, that guy don't look 31.
Andrew is 24, and he wants everybody to know, "I always keep a loaded gun on my nightstand in the event of an intruder, so I can shoot myself to avoid meeting new people."
What the fuck?
That took a turn. Here's a kid right here in a gray T-shirt with black sleeves and holding up his phone, looking suspiciously like some kind of
Suspiciously
ridiculous.
like he's 12.
Yeah, Marco's 18 though. He getting lost in the supermarket as a child was scarring. His mama would call his name, and everyone would call out "Polo," drowning out his cries for help. His name is Marco.
Oh my God, that's a true story. My son's name is Marco. That is so true.
This one,
I cannot tell you.
This one is a picture of an
something
amputee.
happened.
She is missing both of her arms, and she's sitting on the beach in a bikini. Very beautiful woman. She's Vicky. She's 21, and she's hoping that one day they'll grow back.
She's also got one leg gone.
I've got Tim. He's 23.
Yeah.
He says, "I lost my watch at a party once. An hour later, I saw some guy stepping on it while he was harassing some woman at that party. Infuriated, I immediately went over, punched him, and broke his nose. No one does that to a woman. Not on my watch."
Beautiful. This is Tess. She's 34, and she wants us to know that if your surname is Tickle, she will marry you. Because she'll be Tess Tickle.
Wait. I don't know if anybody gets this one, but this one, her name is Manau, and she's 22. She says, "I'm Thai, so if you send me a dick pic, I might send you one back."
Welcome to the party, lady boys. Melissa is 21. She wants us to know the pros and cons list right away. She's open to sharing her Netflix account, tie a cherry stalk into a knot with her tongue, and can eat 30 chicken nuggets in one sitting. However, the cons are she uses sarcasm as a defense mechanism. She's nocturnal, and she will eat 30 chicken nuggets in one sitting.
I've got
Sorry, I was picturing Whore Island.
This one, she's absolutely taking a vacation there. This is Amy. She's 23. She's 31 kilometers away. And about Amy, she says, my third photo is me wearing 21 shirts, and I also do anal.
Okay, that's a keeper.
But you have to see her.
She's wearing how many shirts?
31 shirts
21
or
shirts.
21 shirts.
21 shirts, and she does anal. She always wears 21 shirts while she's doing anal.
I can't. Oh my god.
Well, if it gets rough and she falls down, then you got enough.
She's got padding.
Hope would like us to know that at nighttime, the P in her name is silent.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this one is a woman laying on a stretcher with a neck brace, her face completely busted up, her vitals, and she's all hooked up to every machine known to man. Her name is Julia. She's 19, and she was hit by a truck once.
This is what I look like right afterwards.
This woman,
Continuously.
her name is Kethme.
Kethme?
Yeah, she says, if you're trying to figure out how to say my name, think Mike Tyson saying kiss me.
Give me.
Kiss me.
Give me. That's fucking perfect. Nate is 25, and he tells us that he recently broke up with his girlfriend because she does not like how he takes his coffee. He likes his coffee the same way he likes his women, without other people's dicks in it. This chick doesn't want us to know her name, but she's 20 years old and wears brown clothes.
Okay.
Her current
Do they
relationship
have
status,
numbers on them?
No.
Okay.
Her current relationship status is that she
Dress.
made dinner for two and ate both meals.
Natil.
This girl wants us to know that she gags on her toothbrush, so don't get too excited.
This guy is an elderly gentleman. Says Natil, 18, paleontologist. He says, my wife died a decade ago. I like to have friends, but all mine have died. My granddaughter has Tinder and says it's great to meet people. Bless my granddaughter's heart for setting me up with this. Wait, look.
Oh my God, he's cute. He's a cute little old guy.
That's amazing. Amelia
He's got this little grin on his face, like.
Amelia is 26 years old. She's dressed like Jessica Rabbit, enjoying a glass of wine. She's a brunch eater extraordinaire, chess enthusiast, world's okayest sit-down comedian. She wants to do sushi and catch a show at I.O. Her ex-boyfriends give Amelia a 5-star rating. Alexi says, M is awesome. I'm not really sure why we broke up. I guess she might be more attractive if she spoke more Russian. Scott says, I'm married now. Leave me alone. Griff says, I'm not writing a Tinder review for you. Are you fucking serious? Beautiful.
Oh, wait, you can review people on Tinder?
That's scary.
No. She put that on her front.
Because that
so
brings
like,
a whole new
Blaze,
thing.
Right.
Blaze is 28. He works at the Black Mesa Research Facility. He wants the girls over 30 to know that he's an anesthesiologist looking to start a family. Any of the girls under 30, he wants them to know that he's hung and he breeds Labrador puppies.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm 35, and I'd be more interested in the first one, mostly because of puppies.
What is this? What's going on here? What are you people doing here?
I don't know.
Actually, I don't.
Ashley, 20 years old at the
It's called
University
Sunday
of
Night Madness
Louisville.
for a reason.
If you are interested, after we message for a bit, do not ask for my number or my enemies will be alerted. Instead, head to your nearest bus stop. There will be a man reading a newspaper wearing a gray hat. Ask him for a glass of milk. If he responds with, yes, it's a cloudy day, then he is my associate. We'll pass an envelope containing the date and the time of our meeting. If he is not there or does not respond with that, run. Run as fast as you can. That's fucking elaborate. And if she actually followed through with that, if she were to actually do that,
That would be hilarious.
I would totally date that. I would date that girl. I would. That's funny.
This guy, Jake,
Yes, Jake.
he's 25.
He is.
He's 19 miles away.
Is he now?
And he was just
Is it
active-
kilometers or miles?
Oh, it's miles.
All right. Fuck yeah, he's an American.
And he was active 2 days ago. He says, I appreciate the finer things in life, such as having no pimples and getting out of work early. And this is his photo.
Describe to the people what that is, Steve. Tell them what they're looking at.
Oh my god.
The photo is of the guy stuck naked on a ginger cat. Riding into the sunset.
This is a picture of somebody.
I don't want to get on this application like ever.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
This girl is drinking from a Guinness pint glass. Beautiful blue eyes. I don't know her name, but she is cultured in that she likes imported beers and traveling. If you can't laugh at yourself, she will. And it's tough being a single mom. Or so she's been told. She doesn't know. She doesn't have any kids. A brief presentation. I'm not reading all of this, but she actually has in her picture bio a brief presentation about her and how she spends her free time. Sweet, merciful God, this is fucking perfect. Like she just right there, she lays out a full presentation for this. Look at this shit. Like I got to show you that. Like I know we're not telling everybody what this is.
What the fuck is that?
It's a picture of a sloth. I think she's letting people know that she's lazy. And yeah, just fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
And that's the same.
No,
that's a different girl.
different girl. And this is from Tinder. That's nuts.
Did you read this one?
Which one? For Afshin?
For a tomato?
No. I have to read this one.
Oh, go. You go
Yes.
right fucking ahead.
All right. His name is Afshin.
Tomato.
He's 24. He says,
Ashfin.
in quotations, he says, and he's holding out his hands, and he's got a red pill and a blue pill in both hands. And he says, you take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep your butthole goes. He wins. Oh my God.
This lovely woman named Helda. She wants us to stop asking because she's never held one. Her name is Helda Dick. She says, stop asking. I don't know. I've never held one.
Well, you want to?
Right? How many
Would
times
you
have
like
you
your
held a
name to
dick?
be not a lie?
She's 19. Helda Dick is 19, and she's never held a dick.
False advertisement.
Squad goals.
But technically, she's held a dick. Just saying, technically, she's held a dick.
Like I said, squad goals.
Technically,
Squat
I
goals?
think her parents hated her.
Yeah, I said the guy is dating Helda Dick. So when guys date Helda Dick, no. There's a joke in there somewhere. The pieces are there. Somebody put it together.
Phil McCracken and Hold a Dick.
I think Helda Dick and Hope need to go out at night. Afshin is still killing. First of all, his name's Afshin. Could you imagine screaming that out?
Oh, Ashton.
Afshin. Bless you.
That's where nicknames come in handy.
What is his? Af or Shin?
No, like
Give it to me, Shin.
Give him something.
Give it to me, Shin.
just call him like I don't know.
Ass?
Yeah, sure.
Did you read this one?
No.
Okay. This
With the
this
picture,
guy,
it'd be Little Papa.
This guy, shirtless, photos cut off at his eyes, so you see, from the nose down, and cut off just under his belly button. His name is Pete, and he's 41. And he says, things you need to know about me. First off, if we go out, you're paying. not just for me, but for my wife if she shows up. And she's a drinker. Sex isn't guaranteed after that. If I'm interested, I'll place my underpants on the table, fold them in 3, and place in your handbag. Return them washed, and we will consummate passionately. I dislike women who aren't shallow. A plus if you wear your mom's perfume and fit perfectly in the void she left. I'm 6 foot 4 inches. Those are 2 measurements. He says, I'm 6 foot and 4 inches. Those are 2 measurements.
I take it the naked chick in the picture is his wife.
I can't.
That's fucking perfect.
These people, I will never get on this app, I swear. Never.
You need to, though. Like, I figured, like, your profile would probably be one of the fucking funnier ones, honestly.
Oh, I love this. Wait, Laura, 21. Damn, boy, you must be my GPA because I know I could do better. I'm just too lazy to actually try. I'm totally using that.
So I'm going to create a Tinder profile, and it's literally going to say, do you like Imagine Dragons? Well, then Imagine dragging these nuts across your face.
You mean to grab it? What is it? Say it.
You want me to drag my sack across your face?
And everybody looked at me weird when I was talking about mushroom stamping being a thing.
Like, what are we doing with our lives
Speaking
right now?
of restaurants, by the way, I'm going to go to Wendy's after this.
Take a bubble bath.
I really do want some Wendy's.
You're going to be the best.
Krista, do you like Wendy's?
I love Wendy's.
You love Wendy's nuts drag across your face?
No, I'm cool with hitting the chin, though. Did you agree?
Oh, God.
I'm not repeating.
I did not hear you all. The show again.
That's okay. It was drowned out by the laughter. Okay, on that note,
We need to get these two to stop laughing, so.
we will be back.
Alrighty, good evening, everybody. We are back on Sunday Night Madness, and indeed, sweet dreams are made of D's. That is a true story. I'm so glad you played that song. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate that.
Well, actually, I was going with all of the Tinder profiles.
All the Tinder profiles, yeah.
The sweet dreams were made of those.
Oh, that's fair, too. I
didn't think nightmares were sweet dreams.
And taking the red pill.
Just remember, kids, take the red pill. We are now enjoying a Langenkugel's Snowdrift Vanilla Porter. I haven't taken my sip yet. What do you got over there, Chris?
Me and T have a Sierra Nevada Sierra Vesa.
Sierra Vesa? So it's, I'm assuming
easy drinking lager.
Okay. All right. Fuck. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
And Krista, what you got over there?
Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew. All right. So everybody's getting their fucking sugar.
I have rum in there that tastes good in Diet Mountain Dew.
There's a couple tequilas and a couple vodkas that taste really good in it.
This one kind of tastes like vanilla coffee. So it's not too bad.
Oh, you had it before.
I don't think I've had this one.
Yeah,
I had the vanilla porter last week. There wasn't the Leinenkugels, though.
I could have swore it was a Leinenkugel.
It wasn't the Leinenkugels. It was like...
no, it was the Java that I had.
That's it, yeah, the Java porter, which was really fucking good. I like that one, too. All right, so, how's your beer?
Like beer.
It's very light, but the kickback on it is...
It is very lagery.
Very lagery?
Not really. I don't know. Hold on.
You gotta take another drink? Hang on, let me sip the rest of this. Now, let me chug it really quick.
I have found with beers, like, they taste better if you just gulp.
But
chug.
that almost has a...
It's true, though.
That almost has a 40 kind of kickback.
Oh, I like that, though. That's here. Let me just a little sippy sip.
See
You go
what I'm saying?
take that porter,
Right,
see
make
what
it
you
go
think there.
smooth.
Let me try this Sierra Nevada.
So when are you guys going to start calling beer places and being like, hey, send us some free beer and we'll review it for you?
I've been trying that on the Friday show.
Oh, yeah?
And they laugh.
That's got a lemon. That's got a lemon back end.
That's not very nice.
That's got this has got a lemon back end. That's really
it's
not
like
bad.
a lager with a lemon in it.
That's very good.
Switch
That vanilla.
I'm a big fan of Leinenkugel.
I'll take the Sierra Vesa. Yeah, switch out. There we go.
I'm a big fan of Leinenkugels too.
Yeah.
So
The Leinenkugel, that's really good, but she doesn't really like this one. She likes this one. We'll switch off.
like
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
So speaking of alcohol, Cal sent me a link to delish.com.
Hey, Cal.
Well, I don't know if he's listening.
Probably
or
not. He's a dick.
He just happened to send this while we were doing the show. It's for boozy 4th of July cherry bombs.
Those
you
soaked
them
in Fireball. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you dip them in melted white chocolate and then into blue sprinkles. So
I
that
can
it looks
do
like
that.
I need that. I totally need that.
I can make that for everyone.
They sound tasty.
I can make that
Do you
for
want me to
everyone.
send you the link?
I don't. I know exactly what
Oh,
to
okay.
do now. Yeah.
She's like, I got this.
Well, it's more
I
than
will
just
do it.
Fireball.
I got
There's
this.
like a vodka or
Fireball.
something in there
Okay,
too.
go ahead. Yeah, send me the
Yeah, it's
please.
the maraschino
Fireball.
cherries with stems, Fireball whiskey, whipped cream flavored vodka, white chocolate chips, and then blue sanding sugar sprinkles.
Okay, I can do it. I got this.
But like I need that. There's two things that I need now that I have yet to add to the cart wall.
What's that?
One, Gronk.
Yeah, the Tide Pod.
Tide Pod. Two, Fireball.
Fireball.
Like nothing else. Just the
No music.
Fireball.
Just the Fireball.
Oh my god, that song! Now I want to dance.
You know what? Though
we did play Dance If You Want To. You know, like the safe.
The very specific.
So go ahead and dance if you want to.
Yeah. Just
You can
remember,
leave your
though,
friends
if
behind.
But if your friends don't dance,
And if they don't dance,
They are absolutely
No
no
friends of mine.
That is one of my absolute favorite scenes in Scrubs when what's her name is just like, well, what if he wants to dance? The surgeon guy. I can't remember the freaking names right now.
I feel you, girl.
but-
the dry one, the sarcastic.
Not main Scrubs, his best friend.
not JD, but
JD's the main guy.
I don't remember the names.
Oh hell, I don't know.
Anyways,
well, anyway,
Corey.
well, when his wife was just like, well, what if he wants to, dance? And he goes, he can dance if he wants to. He can leave his friends behind because his friends don't dance. And he's just walking down the hallway, and she was just like,
Turk.
That's it.
Thank you. I knew it began with a T.
Donald Faison.
But
He's
yeah,
fucking
it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious scene. Love that scene.
He made
I thought
that.
you were talking about Cox. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr. Cox. I love his name. It's my
I love that
favorite.
show. That's a great show. But ABC totally ruined it.
Well, I mean, ABC
Like they
ruins
closed
pretty much
out
everything they
the
touch.
series.
So.
It's wonderful closing, awesome, and then ABC's like, oh, we'll take that. That's cool. We can do this. And then
One
there's
more
a
season.
whole new. It's like a hospital that's supposedly on a college campus, and it's just it's bad. It's just bad.
terrible.
It's terrible.
Charles Barkley, how was that? Was it just terrible?
I'm gonna fuck you.
I will hold him for you.
Like that bathroom scene.
Yeah, like
Are you
literally.
Right hook with an
Trust,
uppercut.
I got some in my purse.
You gonna dunk on me?
Oh, wait, I'm talking.
She's gonna get ready to show you the chicken livers.
The chicken gizzards?
The chicken livers.
Chicken livers?
They
That
were
was
delicious afterwards, by the way.
I say I bet.
Yeah.
Just throw them on the floor, stomp on them a few times, it'd be fine.
Well, no, like we had a big bucket. There was only I'm white, so we only used it a couple. Like we didn't have to use the whole bucket.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Special effects are awesome.
Wow.
I would show you this scene, but I'm not sure that you would appreciate it.
I don't think so.
I need to stop.
She might. She might actually.
Okay, well I can.
Yeah, and she'll tell you if it gets to a point of uncomfortability. She'll tell you.
Well, like I said, I filmed it to be uncomfortable,
Yeah.
And the people who were there actually said that was the grossest thing that they've ever seen. Like, and it was they knew where like they watched because it's like
I think the grossest thing that I ever saw was Jeff get laundry detergent in his eye.
no, that was the most powerless I've ever felt
Right there was literally nothing
because
we
he
could
was
do to
tied
help.
down and she squatted it right in his eye and
And he wasn't just in full panic mode. But you know what was really fucked up? I thought at that moment, by the way, would have been the perfect for everybody to back up for about 10 seconds
And say,
and just film that and just watch him.
no, or everybody just stand
No,
back
like,
and go,
I'm looking at it as like, oh my god, we're getting sued.
wait, and then the camera pans to you, and you go, tap.
No, like literally, I was sitting here going, we're getting sued. Like I just froze. It was like, okay. Then I had to think which eye was his good eye.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He created two bad
That's what I'm binge
eyes.
watching.
But it ended up being his bad eye anyway. So that was like the only blessing. Was like
It was. We got it as bad eye.
with it. It was like the
At least you
only
didn't damage the good eyes.
Right,
Two
you know.
bad eyes.
Well, there's a film technique that they actually the Wes Craven with Drew Barrymore. You've seen Scream, right?
Yes.
And Drew Barrymore's performance at the very beginning of that movie.
That is her. I forgot that.
Yeah, and she was outstanding. Like she was full on hysterical. Just, I mean,
she was straight up farmer.
it was awesome. Like her performance right there, I was like,
Outstanding
that
in the
shit
field.
was outstanding in the field. Thanks, buddy. It's a cow. Outstanding in the field. So she to get that scene, he wanted it as gruesome and real as possible, and she wasn't fucking up, but every time they shot it, he's pulling a Kubrick. He was like, nah, that's not quite right, shoot it again. Nah, that's not quite right, shoot it again. Nah, that's not quite right, shoot it. Like, just over and over again. They did it like 40, 50 times to get this scene right, and finally, he went and talked to Drew Barrymore, and he said, what is it that what is it that you love? And she told him, I was like, I love my cats, I love this. And he goes, all right, stop right there. So they took a break for a little bit, and he came back with full poster-sized pictures of cats that were mutilated and held it up in
Was
front.
he trying to traumatize her?
Yeah.
Or like
100%, yes.
In
Yep.
a way that she would just sit there and cry, or was
Yeah.
she, like screaming? Because I could have swore...
Screaming and crying and everything else. And so what he would do is, when it was time for her to do that, he would literally just hold up the poster. And so she would look at that, look right into the camera, and just start screaming because it was hysterical for her. And so that's how that scene looks so real, because she's really in that much pain and that much stuff like that. It's literally, he's traumatizing her by doing that. And it worked. It's method
I would
acting.
probably need like...
Counseling and whatever after
Yeah.
that, yeah. But yeah, that's how he got her to do it right. That's why that scene is so fucking powerful, is when you watch it, and that's why she's like... she's really crying, she's really screaming, she's hysterical,
Oh my
and that's
God.
why.
I couldn't do that.
Because and he didn't tell her, by the way. He did not fucking tell her he was going to do it.
That's
So she's
worse.
just sitting there and goes, okay, ready? Hey, Drew, over here. And she just looks, she's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's how he got
That
her.
is just mean.
That's
But one of the most iconic scenes in horror ever.
I don't care.
I don't know. I think 'cause I actually posted it, and
Not worth it.
none of you guys have responded.
I don't agree with the method. I'm just saying that there are things. I mean, that's what a good director does. A good director brings out the best in their actors and actresses.
I don't know about iconic
Or the
scenes
worst.
because
Or the worst.
I posted that thing on the GPR group about what movie traumatized you as a child.
Oh yeah.
And like none of you guys responded. But,
It's just I was busy. I had something to do that day.
today,
What movie traumatized you as a child? What was it?
I was 3, maybe 4. My dad had taken me to his buddy's house, and me and his son were sitting. They were drinking beer and talking while Nightmare on Elm Street was on.
Okay.
And we crawled to the edge of the couch while they were on it, and was watching Nightmare on Elm Street
From the side of the couch?
From the side of the couch.
I did that to watch Pretty Woman. Because I was told I couldn't. I was told I couldn't watch it, so I was.
But
stuck
were
in
you
there.
traumatized by it?
No, not at all.
No, but the whole her dragging him or the dead body in the plastic wrap
Yeah,
down the hallway. Yeah, that
I have
kind
no
of.
idea what you're
that fucked you up. Okay. How about you, T? What movie
Now
traumatized
it's
you?
one of my favorite movies of all time, but it
None.
literally hurt me.
I really cannot think of anything that traumatized me.
It made me love horror.
Oh, I definitely have
Yeah.
one that traumatized
at that
me.
point.
I don't.
Mine's easy. Critters.
That is my movie. Oh my God!
When that thing jumped up out of the toilet and bit that dude on the fucking dick at the drive-in and just started going to town on his dick. And I was sitting there. I was like 5.
Which
I was
one was
5.
it? Like Critters 2 or Critters 3 when they had the people coming in like with the gun? Or was it
It
the
was
original?
fun.
Was it original?
Man, yeah.
Yeah, with the gun, like
Charlie,
the fucking
Charlie and
ridiculous
Terrence Mann,
weapon to
that's
kill
the
him.
weapon,
Yeah.
That's the weapon I want. That's the weapon
Yeah,
I need
there's-
for my
but
life.
that one traumatized me as a kid. I think it was maybe 4 or 5 when I saw that. Well, again, another fucking film I was not supposed to be watching. It was my aunt Laura. I love her to death. You know, she's the one that turned me on to horror movies and stuff like that. And she has like all the Stephen King novels and Dean Koontz and the H.P. She has all those, and so that's where I cut my teeth, was reading these books. Because I watched TV as a kid, but I also loved to read. So I was reading these books. I was 7, 8 years old. And I'm reading fucking Stephen King's It, Tommy Knockers. I'm reading, these books that are like, man, these are awesome. And then, of course, I realized that Stephen King just basically beats off on a fucking page, and that's how he writes his novels. But that's
no, isn't the scary stuff, scary stuff, scary stuff.
scary stuff, done.
Lunch.
Lunch. Like, that's really what he does. But he's pretty eccentric as an author anyway. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, with the Critters, was sneaking in there, and I was it was in the hallway. I remember sitting in the hallway, and nobody's paying attention to me because they're watching the movie. And I watched that dude just walks in the fucking bathroom, takes a fucking piss.
That'd be horrible to watch as you're potty training.
God. And this fucking thing just jumps up, dude.
Scared to pee.
And I'll tell you, like, for the longest time, like, I absolutely, the bathroom lights had to be on. I had to be able to. I think I did for a little bit. I think there was a period of time which I actually just pissed in the tub as a kid, and I just didn't tell anybody.
Don't all little boys do that?
Probably, but like and then like taking like going to poop or whatever. Like I had to. I'm sure there was a period. I'm sure I had poop on the seat and stuff like that because I was like sitting so far back, so I could look straight down the bowl.
I know what we're talking to your mom about when we get home.
Just to absolutely see if there was anything coming up out of the toilet. I don't even think I've ever told my mom this either. I don't think I ever told her that I saw this.
Well, she's gonna
right? Krista's gonna be like, guess fucking what?
No,
did you ever have a hard time with him potty training?
This is why.
I didn't have like any movies that like traumatized me, but there were like TV shows. Like, actually, I was quite frightened by In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy, but
was it Leonard Nimoy or the Topics?
I mean, that's true. That could go either way.
I mean, it depends on how young.
The way that they did it, because they try to make it as creepy as possible, but I was infatuated by it, and I made myself watch it, and I watched every episode.
Like Robert Stack with the Unsolved Mysteries.
Unsolved Mysteries. We were actually talking about that the other day.
I loved watching that.
Oh my God, we were watching Drunk History.
That fucking show's hilarious.
Dying. Well, they did.
Super inaccurate for most of its shit, but it's still fucking funny as hell.
It's because they're drunk.
Some guy did a voiceover that was like the guy from Unsolved Mysteries. And I was like, how are they doing that? Who's that? Who's doing that? Who's doing that? And it was perfect. It was fucking hilarious. But anyway, I think that should absolutely be a game that we play.
What?
Drunk History. Like, everybody has to read some historical fact, and then
you have to study.
Then they come up here and get hammered,
and then do it on
air.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that. I think it'd be fucking funny.
Drunk History Night. It will be hilarious.
So
we have to do one at a time,
shout out to some of the people who are on our group and whatever.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Jessica, Hensley.
Yep. Hi, Jess.
Hey, Jess.
She commented that the whole Falcor thing, what is it? The Never-Ending Story?
Oh my God!
Was what terrorized her?
Seriously scared?
Fuck no, I was not scared of that, but that traumatized the fuck out of me. That's not even a lie. That is perfect. That's a perfect example.
Wow.
Don't ruin it. She's never seen Never-Ending Story. Don't fucking ruin it. Don't stop. Don't stop. It's on our list. It's on our list of our shit we're gonna watch.
She's just like, I don't know what you're saying.
She's never seen it, so don't ruin it for her. But yes, that fucking scene. I know exactly what you're talking about, Jessica. Absolutely fucking.
Jeremy.
Awful.
Jeremy said Bambi.
That killed me.
Bambi?
Yeah, Jeremy said Bambi.
Okay,
there was some, interesting.
See, they're on
stuff.
my level of traumatization.
But wait, I do have another thing that did kind of traumatize me. I am not scared of clowns. I don't understand why everybody's scared of clowns. But my cousin had a pair of life size, I swear to God, they were like 6 foot tall, Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls.
Oh God!
And I would spend the night at her house, and those motherfuckers would move by themselves. I'm gonna put it up to there because they were just so big and like kind of lanky. They would slide down in the chairs, but they would move. So the Raggedy Ann and Andy cartoon, I could not watch it. I could.
By the way,
not
like
watch it.
you still have an invite on a Saturday night. Like
Okay.
it's sitting there.
Hey,
You know.
right.
Could have come last night.
I totally
the-
could
Doing
have.
nothing.
I did nothing.
Well, but you know, remember, the sad part is Woody has shaved his beard, so you know he's not like 6'5" and big full butt.
It's all right. It's all right.
It doesn't have to be scary.
Well, no,
It's
that's why I said I'm
So
on
you
their
can ask
level
him.
of what
He-
traumatized me.
He's very.
All dogs go to heaven. My mom would not let me watch it because I would cry so much when I watched that movie.
Oh,
She absolutely hid the VHS tape because she did not want me watching it.
But they go to heaven.
Wow.
It didn't matter. There were dogs dying in that movie, and that's all that
Eventually.
mattered to me. But they're still not on
there
Earth.
wasn't anything. But like,
Oh, sorry. I take that back. It wasn't Jess because Jess put the face hugger.
Oh, from Alien?
Yeah, it was Bree.
Brie. Okay.
Bree Floor is the one who posted the one, and Jeremy was like immediately was like, "That's what I was looking for to begin with, right there."
okay, so
Critters, I think, messed me up more, but as a
I
child
love
watching
Critters.
But,
watching a
Jess-
children's
I love that
movie
movie.
that just
Jess also
fucking wrecked.
posted Jaws.
Horror films don't really do anything to me at all. Like I usually sit on the edge of my seat waiting for something to happen, and then it's over. Like everybody,
It's about like sex.
activity. yeah. No expectations.
I got to go back to clowns here for a second. So my friend Jared, hi Jared,
Hey, Jared.
said clowns are creepy as fuck. Bunch of grown ass men in makeup that makes them look happy when they're dead inside. Terrifying.
Well, there is that.
Beautifully illustrated point. There's actually it's a phenomenon. It's an actual medical term for people who are scared of clowns, and it's basically things that imitate humanity. So you know that clown is supposed to be human, but its feet are disproportionate, its hands are oversized, and it doesn't. It's supposed to be human, but it's not at the same time. And so because it emulates humanity, it triggers a response in your brain that this is something different and scary.
Just like people who are afraid of holes should not take the red pill.
Don't take the red pill if you're scared. Was that tryptophobia?
Wait,
I
scared of
think
holes?
so.
Yeah.
I believe
Or is
it's
it trick?
tryptophobia.
Is it
No,
tryptoph-
it's tryptophobia. I believe.
Tryptophobia.
So
Yeah. It's trichtophobia or tryptophobia. It's one of the two. But regardless, yeah.
Tristodectophobia is fear of the number 13.
Okay.
But what you have to, I don't know if like the fear of clowns is what you.
Trypophobia.
What is it?
Trypophobia.
Trypophobia. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I haven't said it in a long time, so I don't know.
The problem isn't really the fear of clowns. It would be the chlorophilia. Sexually attracted to clowns, I think, is what you really need to be worried about.
Yeah, I'm not okay with that. But there's clown porn. So
Yes,
there's
no,
that.
Well, yeah,
It's a thing.
Quagmire
Like
was
everything?
Quagmire almost died.
From clown porn.
the seriousness of the look on her face when she just told
He
Real
almost
people.
Like he totally almost died.
Like, oh my god,
seriously.
T. Come
Like, I
on,
can't
this
believe
is
you're
serious
not-
stuff.
fucking said Quagmire.
awesome.
I thought
love
this was somebody that we know. But no, it's fucking Quagmire. Jeez.
it. So I just want to point out really
Giggity.
quick that I want to point out that the Sierra Vesa that I'm currently drinking is family owned, operated, and argued over. It literally says it on my fucking can. That's fucking brilliant. Anyways, go ahead. Just wanted to get that in.
You just want to get that in before we all die.
Well,
of
somebody
hunger.
took the red pill, so I had to get it in.
On that note, that red pill sounds a whole lot like tequila.
That's a lot of people's response to tequila. I think.
I love tequila.
See?
I'm a tequila girl.
She likes Wendy's, too. Go figure. And she's giving me the finger. I'm number one.
Well, we better be careful where she puts it.
I didn't take the red pill. Get out of here.
But unfortunately, it is after
That's
10
time.
o'clock.
Yep.
The end.
By George, he's got it. It is the end.
All right, everybody. That is going to wrap up another exciting rendition. An absolutely pointless endeavor full of ridiculous facts, Tinder profiles, and stupid shit that we fucking talk about on a goddamn weekly basis. So if you guys liked what you heard and you'd like to consider supporting us in a monetary way, we appreciate your listenership. But we do have bills to pay. So unfortunately, the last part of the show we're going to talk about our Patreon. Patreon.com/GP Network, where you can become a $2, $5, or $10 member. $2 level will get you access to our in-studio camera where you can join all the fucking crazy shit that we do in here, see what we're doing, the shit that we're drinking. We can show you pictures, things like that. Gives you access to some of the exclusive videos that we have as well. $5 level will get you access to the in-studio camera, everything that I just mentioned, as well as getting you discounts on specially made merchandise just for you, because that's the kind of people that we are. The $10 level will get you all of the previously mentioned, as well as special access to the Q&A panels when we have guests in the studio. And it will also get you shouted out on the show. And if you're a local, we can bring you in the studio where we can roast your ass directly face to face, and you can respond the best you're able. But just remember, folks, we are paid to do the things that we do. You're just a guest.
Wait, what?
That $2 level is called Buy Me a Beer. $5 level, Buy Me a Shot. And that $10 level, what's that called again?
White Girl Wasted.
Get us White Girl Wasted. You see all kinds of zany shit pop up. We'd like to thank our Patreon member that we currently have, Krista. Thank you so very much for buying us a shot. We do appreciate
and
that.
Thanks for Eric up in Michigan for also being a Patreon member.
Eric up in Michigan, you're the fucking shit, brother. We appreciate that. Thank you. It's a guy, right? You said Eric, not Erica. Okay, making sure I heard that correctly. Thank you so much, Eric, for your Patreon contributions. We do appreciate that.
And after that shameless plug,
yes.
Remember, we will be at In Conjunction in Indianapolis, In Conjunction 39, at the Indianapolis Marriott East, 5th, 6th, and 7th, where we will be broadcasting live all weekend long and be on stage for a live show. And
not this one.
it will be on right before Mikey Mason. So check him out, check us out, come out, hang out in the special events room and have a great time. Tickets are on sale right now at inconjunction.org.
Awesome. Shameless plugs ahoy. Is there anything you want to shamelessly plug? No? All right, moving on.
My hair, so I can actually not be bald.
Yeah, that 6-head's getting a little out of control. I got a 5-head, but I'm shortly off to that 6-head here. All right, so from Radio Land here in the Geek Public Radio Studios live, we would like to thank everybody who came out and joined us this evening. Thank you guys so very much for listening. We appreciate every single one of you. We will be back live at 8 o'clock Eastern Time next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm Crazy Chris.
Topher.
Krista.
And, of course,
Tenacious T.
Not Charles Barkley, for the record. We love you guys out there. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.